I think I'm live. Hello, everyone. It is December 30th, and we are live streaming. Um, just please in the chat say hello. Let me know that you can hear me and that everything is good to go. What's up, Mitchell? Hey, Agatha. Hello, good sir. Um, I hope there is a plastic barrier between you and the laptop. Um, I have mitigated all those risks now. The laptop is propped up. Um, so if I do knock my drink over, it will not get the laptop, thankfully. Um, all is good. Cool. I guess you can hear me. Hey, Alan, how are you? So I know this was a very last minute, so I appreciate any of you guys joining uh, to come on in, have some fun, and uh, let me take you away from your families for an hour or so. So again, very last minute. Um, 2023 is a anniversary year for Return of the Jedi, so let's have a little more fun with it while we can. But of course, we can always have fun with it. Dates and times don't matter. Oh man, only one Kenobi. Hello, good sir. I just want you to know that anytime I say Obi-Wan Kenobi now, I my mouth first says only one. So that's all your fault. Um, oh, Mr. Peak Obi-Wan. Hello, good sir. What's up, Chad? Thanks for joining. Hey, Keith. Hey, Star Killer. Clone Troop. What's up, guys? Ooh, well, happy 46th birthday, good sir, Road Killer. I celebrated my 43rd a few weeks ago. Hey, Jesse. What's up, man? Hopefully, I haven't missed anyone here. And I just want to take a look here. Looks like we got a few people. So we will have a special guest joining us. Hopefully, they can, you know, get in no problem and get them plugged in here and say hello to everyone. So yeah, what I wanted to do was spend some time and open up this set. Uh, I know the Jabba's a gooey Jabba. I'm pretty sure in the Rancor Pit Black Series set, it was the same. I think the same figure and the same issue. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Um, Miles Hawk, hello, good sir. Um, so yeah, we're gonna open this up. I did open up the throne room recently. Let me pick that big bad boy box up. The box is heavy even without it. So hopefully everyone had a chance to get this. I gotta say, it's probably my favorite thing of the year. Take away price or any flaws with it. I think it's just awesome to have this to display a decent amount of figures in, whether it's the Book of Boba Fett figures or the plethora of Return of the Jedi figures we got. Um, so it's crazy. How long have we had it here in the States? Maybe 2 months, maybe longer. I just haven't had time to open it. So I'm wondering if I can move my camera over to it, and you guys might be able to. Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. There we go. There's my camera. Come on, John. Oh, look at my mess over there. You guys like to see my mess? So there's the throne room. There it is. So we're gonna in a few minutes, we're going to get situated and open up this Jabba throne room and set that up. But I'd love to hear from all of you guys as well. Um, just about. Let me get it back to me over here. Oh, there's my drink. Let's tap on me. There we go. Um, I'd just love to hear from you guys, hear about what your favorite things this year were. It doesn't have to be uh, inclusive to Star Wars. It can be anything you collect. Um, so uh, yeah, in the comments, please let us know some of the things that you enjoyed this year. And I do see my special guest is in the green room. Uh, we'll have him join in just a minute. Um, so yeah, can't wait for the Jabba set with 8D8. All right, let's hold these thoughts. Let's bring in Mr. Lando Griffin. Hello, good sir. Can you hear me?
Happy New Year. How are you?
We can hear you, man. Awesome.
Great. How you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for getting on here very last minute.
Yeah. Happy to be here. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. I know I mentioned to you I was a bit sick leading up to it. I think a lot of people were, unfortunately. Um, don't know if I had the COVID or the flu, but thankfully was able to pretty much recover, leading right into Christmas. How was yours?
Pretty good. Didn't go anywhere. Just kind of stayed here with the family.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of toys opened, I would imagine.
Toys, yeah. My son's into Pokemon right now and Bakugan, and my daughter's into Squishmallows. So
Ah,
a lot of
yes.
Squishmallows.
Yeah, if you go into both my daughter's rooms, well, the older one's she's in 8th grade now. She's getting a little out of that, more into makeup and boys.
Mm.
Ew, ew. But so many squishmallows. I can't say. I think you can cover their entire floor with them and not be able to step on any piece of that floor. So,
Yeah. Mine needs a
um,
separate bed just for the stuffed animals.
my one of them set up like a little like net
Hmm.
in the corner of her top of the wall towards the ceiling, and was able to put a bunch of them in that netting
Oh,
to
that's
kind of
cool.
keep
Yep.
them off. So that's a little idea there, to little space saving idea. And shout out to Jazzwares, because at San Diego Comic Con I went through quite the rigmarole to get a couple of those exclusive Squishmallows. And what's funny is I was walking around with a couple of them, and and a couple other things I had bought from there. And one of their like executives, or you know, um, one of the guys basically running the Jazzware booth, saw me and saw my bags of Jazzware, and he said, "Thank you for your business." And I half serious and half joking was like, "Oh, these are for my kids."
Hmm.
And he like looked at me and started laughing. He was like, "Yeah, okay, good one."
Right,
Yeah.
right,
um, but anyways, they seem like a pretty decent company, and I
Yeah,
wish we could buy.
they do the Galaxy Squadron, for Star
Yeah,
Wars.
that's
So
right. You're a big collector of that.
yeah, it's getting frustrating though with all the chase figures or chase vehicles.
Yeah,
I'm a completist. If I can't get them all, then I kind of get turned off about it. So I
yeah, and
might
I know
be I might be
sorry.
more selective, as I go.
Yeah, and I know I was trying to, get a couple of them for you, and those I think were the first things to sell out, unfortunately. And they had some issue with the lines there. I won't go into it, but them and Nickelodeon had like a beef with their lines, and something became unsafe, so they had to pause their line, and you basically had to walk around and find somebody handing out like tickets to get into the line.
Mm.
So it was
Yeah, even
pretty
their
bad.
even their store, their chases are rare. Like the land speeder, I think that's a 1 in 5,000, and that's a unique sculpt. Most of them are repaints of a Jedi Starfighter or TIE Fighter or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it gets frustrating. When you
Well,
can't
dude,
find
it's
them.
it's awesome to have you on. I know we were talking about what we can discuss a little bit before I unbox this Jabba's throne. And I know you wanted to talk about your top 5 of this year as you're preparing a post for the Facebook group.
Yeah, I got your message earlier today. I was actually digging through my boxes on like what are my favorite figures of the year, and I was trying to define the criteria in my head.
Yeah,
And for me, what it came down to was what put smiles on my faces when
yeah,
they were revealed.
yeah. Great.
Hera, for example, awesome figure, awesome sculpt, awesome paint, awesome card, everything, right? But for me, that was like, oh, that's expected. We should be getting
Yeah,
an Ahsoka or a Hera. I wasn't a
yeah.
big fan of Rebels. Ahsoka was okay.
I agree. I agree with you there. From a figure standpoint, it's an amazing figure, and the card back's amazing, but it doesn't it doesn't wow me to from a personal
right, like
standpoint.
I saw it, and again, it's like, all right, that's cool. I'm glad it's a new sculpt in the line. I'll take any new sculpt. And same with like Vader, Death Star 2 Vader. That was gonna be on my list, but I don't think the portrait is Sebastian. I know some people disagree. A lot of people disagree with me probably, but I didn't see it, and
I
because of
agree.
that, it didn't make my top 5. So
I'm with
for
you.
me, I went with Piet, and these aren't in order. I don't know.
Awesome.
I hate to rank them outside of within the 5, but I'm happy to get a new Imperial, Krennic and Jared and Thrawn. So I hope we get more next year.
And let's talk about him real quick. I think the likeness is really good on him. I think some people I think they didn't think it was that good of a likeness. I thought it was pretty darn good for
Yeah, his eyeballs and everything. I think it's
yeah.
good. I like the car. I just like everything about
The
this.
card back is beautiful.
The color of the backdrop and the pill. It's a perfect card. I love it, and figure. I love everything about it.
Great choice. And just for people joining, welcome. Hello everyone. And yes, you are not seeing things. We have Lando on the live chat, on the live stream with us, and he's going over his top 5. So everyone, I'm sure everyone's excited to see you on here and see you talking just about Star Wars and anything in general. And it looks like we have a few comments here. Wait, Lando Griffin is real? I had voice messages, but I assumed it was just a supercomputer that owns everything in package. And
This is
that's
AI. AI.
exactly. I've mastered generative AI in human form as well. But what's great is obviously you have a lot of stuff, most of the entire Hasbro run in package, and you have I think the whole other set of it plus some in loose form too. So
Yeah, I don't have everything loose. I do have everything packaged.
yeah.
Yeah, and I stopped buying doubles during the time everybody stopped buying during Legacy Collection and Dark Side,
uh,
and so I do have all those carded, and they're expensive to go back and get loose, but I'm doing it because I'm enjoying taking the loose pictures of those group shots. So
yeah.
it's been fun.
Yeah, your posts have been great, man. So all right, so we've nailed down, let me get rid of that. So one of your top 5 was Admiral Piet.
Yeah, and again, the 5 I picked are just the ones that made me smile, maybe a fist bump, when when I saw the reveal. Another one,
Yeah. Yes.
like I wasn't expecting to get this figure, and when we got the reveal, it's
Great
like
call.
this is awesome.
I opened him up the other day, and I'm sure you're going to open one up soon too.
I'm
And
going to. I've got 6 of them, I think. So,
me too.
um,
um, and I got to say, man, it was pretty cool opening him up. It's a quality figure. His head does pop off real easy, but I'll just blame that on his hefty nature. Um, so
yeah,
yeah, and the card's great too, right?
card's great. It should be unpunched, but
It should be unpunched.
other
Yeah.
than that, yeah, I love it.
And not
I heard the legs could possibly be used for other figures, so hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, we talked about that, right? Maybe Malakali and some other bigger figures,
Yeah.
if I'm saying that right. And one more thing. Oh, his VC number could have been distinct as well, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe 271 would have been better, but
Yeah. Oh, Mike
um,
Rendar. Hello, good sir. All right.
here's another one. I just this one, just the fact that they acknowledged the holiday special made me happy. It's like I never expected to see an official release of this. So
Yeah.
I know he's got what, a new hand and a robe, and that's it. But
Yeah.
this is cool. I was very happy to see Life Day Chewy.
Yeah. The soft goods are pretty nice too. So I got them set up in the display
Yeah,
here, and
I
yeah.
have a loose one as well, so I have taken them out. I put the robe on Chrysanthemum for a picture.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Nice. What are you drinking over there? A little bit of bourbon?
Peach
Very
Crown.
nice. Peach Crown.
Yep,
Ooh, very nice.
it's good.
What's up, Brad? Hey, Scott. What's up, Collins Collection? All right. Oh, look here. Let's see if you can. Why aren't we getting unpunched card backs when it's a sealed box? Same with a few other releases.
Yep.
Like I was just saying that. I think we have some unpunched coming. Is there any coming up that we know of in any sets?
Um,
Um, no.
I
Did
you know,
did did Revan and the Galaxy of Heroes, did they come unpunched?
yeah, they're unpunched.
I haven't opened that one yet.
Do you think the Dooku wave will be unpunched? It's not mass retail, right? It's fan channel.
Yeah, I just feel like anything that comes in an assortment, like a box, a case, probably won't be,
I
unfortunately.
mean, you need to do everything you can to sell Finn. So if you can
Hey,
get it
Dustin.
unpunched, or Cassian,
I know.
if you can get them unpunched, they're all in that
That would
wave, right?
that would help. That would help help some purchases. Um,
Maybe 88 will be
that's
on,
right. That's one. That's
and
one that
Crumb
could be
and Crumb.
unpunched. Yep. And the Chrome. We haven't heard yet what they're going to do with the numbering for Mr. Chrome.
Hmm.
Um, hopefully we hear about all that soon. I think there's some announcements coming up. I think Jason at Yakface had posted something about January 24th, some
Oh, that'd
possible
be good.
announcements coming up. So hopefully we see some stuff they've also announced in physical form.
It would be nice if. By the way, good job on the last figure standing. That was a great poll, great
Thanks,
feedback.
brother.
Very cool. Coming into March Madness for SWTBC, it would be nice if Hasbro had some reveals ahead of their poll, so that we don't have
Yeah.
votes kind of go to waste.
Yeah.
People pick Balin. Hope if they pipeline Balin, then okay, people aren't that won't take a spot on the 64. So
Yeah. Good call there. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
anywho,
All right. Who you got next?
I got two more here. So
Oh, boy.
I went with the man who shot Luke Skywalker,
That's right.
and yep, I didn't want to put him and Belkin. I'd take up two of my slots, but for me, this one, I mean, he's the reason why Luke wears a glove, from the rest of the
Yeah.
movie on. So I've
Right.
always wanted him. He was always in my top, few figure ones. So was Belkin, but I like them both. I'm happy we got two debut figures, never before done, in one pack. So that was very fun. That set really made me smile, except for the reuse. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. I mean, yeah, both these figures are just amazing figures. And
yeah.
Tessik's in my cabinet. I have a custom version. I swapped out the, what is it, Power of the Jedi, I think, version. Did he come in Power of the Jedi?
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Power of the
Tessic.
Jedi, right?
Tessic. Yeah.
The one that came out many years ago.
Yep.
And I took his head, put it on the new one's head.
Right.
Because I thought the head was a little more um accurate, if you
Mm-hmm.
will. And then just repainted his hands a bit. So I don't know where I put him. He's somewhere over in my pile of toys over here. But yeah, that made me smile big time. So great call there. What you got?
My,
What you got for your number 5,
so my
or
final one,
rounding out your 5?
it's a re-release, but it's a debut for the vintage.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about that.
I went with
Yeah.
these the coin. If you're a Kenner collector and you have all 6 Ewoks, this is awesome to have a 7th coin in the line and a 7th figure in the line in this packaging. And this is the only packaging that hadn't been done in TVC from the Kenner.
Oh, okay. That's great to talk about that.
Aside from the, they did
Tri-logo
2-pack
stuff.
Return of the Jedi. They did the 2-pack at discount stores, without the weapons and stuff. But this is the
Oh,
last
yep.
like official kind of look. So I'm happy to get this in the line.
Yeah. And you did a post on that as well, right? Like every card back, or at
Yeah, I
least
did.
the debut ones we got this year, I think too.
Yeah, we got 7 or 8 new ones this year, and there's like 30 some altogether.
Awesome. Well, that's a pretty solid list there. So you had Piat,
Piet, Chewie, Nisa,
Chewie, Nisa,
Bib.
Tam Drengarin, and Bib.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. Solid list. I don't I have not had no time to really think about my 5, but I will say a good call on Piat. Obviously Tam Drengarin, and I got to give a shout out to Velkin. I didn't even think about Fat Bib. I think that's a great call out. I will say I recently opened this figure, and as obviously the OT and Return of the Jedi are going to excite me more than anything, but um, this is a pretty fun little figure to play around with.
I haven't opened
Uh,
mine yet.
so hats off to Hasbro here. I know people are saying he's very small in scale to the other droids and whatnot. Maybe they're also a bit oversized, right? But that little tilt of the head is pretty
Yep.
cool. As much as I'd love him to have more articulation, I do see how it could be kind of hard.
Well, the other
Even
ones I have though have the arm
but
articulation.
they could have a little hinged elbow, right?
Yeah.
So, oh yeah,
This is the same sculpt as the Disney.
yeah. I don't know if I have any of those ones loose. I have to open one. They don't look too bulky.
No.
Wow. Yeah, it's unfortunate. These are really small, but if they made them a little bigger, his paint deco is pretty awesome too. I will say that. Um, he's got the hose obviously on one. He's got the hose on one side here, and
Mm-hmm.
spinning um, spinning wheel in the just in the middle. What do you call it? Leg. Yeah. So it's a pretty cool little fun guy. I wish he was a little more articulated, but I will say this is a fun little figure to have. Cool, man. Well, let's just read up some of the comments here on. Let's see here. Has it been confirmed that 8D8's elbows don't bend? I mean
Nothing's been mentioned otherwise, other than when Chris said it's got the single plane shoulders and the elbows don't bend.
right, and they won't be crawling up any walls. So, let's see what we got here. Hit the nail on the head. It'll do those guys a huge favor now if they pipeline some stuff, because it's a massive amount of work to work backwards and take things that have been voted and then revealed. Oh, yeah. That's like, I think, saying during March Madness, if
For
things
the
are
January.
revealed while they're in the crunch phase there. Yeah. Yeah, good call. Let's see here. Could not agree more with that, Lando. Hopefully Hasbro is listening. I'm trying to remember what that was about. That was 5 minutes ago. Let's see here. Alan, if you can let us know what you were saying there. I'm sorry, what you were referring to, something that Lando said.
Maybe for the poll too, or the live stream.
Oh, okay. I have not received my Ewok set. Come on, Bradley. I haven't actually purchased the Revan HK set yet. I need to get on that. This year was a fantastic year for mostly new releases, hardly any repacks.
What do we get? We got 6, and 4 of those were in their own fan channel wave, right?
Yeah. We had we had a couple repacks in the main, like, make it to retail, right? Weequay, Nia, Nub. Actually, I'm actually working on my 2023 look back review dashboard that goes through all this. I hope to publish that tomorrow or tonight.
We had
But
Star Killer.
oh, Star Killer, I have to add him. Thank you. I knew I was missing one.
And Cal Kestis is a carry forward.
Carry forward.
Yeah.
And then we had the ones you were speaking to, right?
And then you had Ballast Hauser.
Oh, right. Right.
And Reese.
Crap. I did remember Reese, but I have to do Hauser. Forgot him.
Star Killer.
And I forgot Star Killer. So thank you. You're always great to review that stuff for me too and look through it. But then yeah, we had Nikto, Woof, Salt Murray or Yak Face, and Cathaba.
Yep.
But from there, a lot of the repacks were more or less figures done in, I hate to even say this, but like troop builders. So you had the 212th, which are repaints, I guess, and repacks.
Mm-hmm.
The Imperial officer, right? You had Piat, but with his proper ranking badge. And then some repainted Tuscans. So I get into all that stuff as well. But I'm forgetting how many new tools we had this year. I haven't crunched all the numbers.
Yeah, I think SWTBC just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it all in a spreadsheet. I don't have the exact number. I forget if it's 11, maybe 12. If anyone has that info, please throw that in the chat. Chopper is to scale versus the other Astromechs. Thanks, Roadkiller. Tilting head is cool, but elbow articulation would have been awesome. Yeah.
That's got to be a regulation thing, right?
I mean,
and cost, regulation and cost.
Yeah. I mean, just what they were saying, right, about FX. Is it FX7?
Mm-hmm.
That they probably couldn't do that today for one.
Both cost and regulation.
Yeah, I think what's happening, just to expand on that, is the factories that Hasbro goes through. They have, I'm sure, a slew of different regulations that toy makers have to, let's say, abide by to make kids' toys from a safety perspective, right? Sharp edges, pointy edges, I'm sure various choking hazards. And I think what could be happening is when something's deemed a kid's toy versus not a kid's toy, I think the factories are getting mixed up with what is considered a kid's toy. And they're getting that's happening with TVC. And that's causing some things to be oversized, if you will, right? So something like Django Fett's holsters, maybe Sabine's helmet. I don't know.
Helmet, yeah.
Holsters are a bit bulky.
Yep.
stuff like that, just like the saddlebag holsters of Django. So um, yeah, it's unfortunate. I hope it's something that can be uh, I don't know, mitigated in the future with some higher ups intervening. But that's part of my maybe my frustration is, and it must be something that's happening before they go to cut the steel or cut the molds, right? Is the factory's getting this information and then resizing things and then making those molds. So can't imagine they can just go back and fix those things when it's that expensive to cut these things. Oh, okay. Here we go. A question for our guest, and I feel like I've asked it to him in casual conversations before, but is Star Wars stuff the only toys you collect, Lando?
Currently, yeah. I did Indiana Jones. I did Indiana Jones in 2008, so I did the line this year too. I used to collect Blackest Night DC Direct figures, and that's about it. I as a kid, I had a handful of Transformers, but I generally stuck to Star Wars.
Nice. And you have some other hobbies, right? Too, like minor league baseball, right?
Me, not minor league. I work with the Cubs
Oh, okay.
as a nonprofit group for spring training. They have spring training in Arizona,
That's what it is.
so I'm in the nonprofit organization that works with the Cubs.
Very cool. Um, yeah, Mando was a repack or repaint. I think he's technically considered a kit bash.
The N1 Mando.
Yeah, yeah. So he's taking I think most of his tooling from the rescue set, but then his forearms are coming from one of the other um the other Mandos. But yeah, I mean he's pretty much a kit bash or repack, if you will, but kit bash together. It's always hard when you how you want to classify things sometimes. Never ending clone exclusives. Do you think those are going to keep going now that we have some new bucks?
I hope not. I'd rather get Imperials. With as many clones as we got, I wish we got that much on Imperials.
Yeah. Yep. It'd be nice to get some rebels that can then somehow be repurposed to make other rebels, but I know that's pretty challenging. The correct answer is not enough new tools. Who is who is making the TVC merch? Well, I know a couple of us have made them in the past. But I'll just say this, Darth Wizzy Wizard. If you can get a nice clean logo, you can get the shirt made at any of your shirt shops, your local shirt shops. Repacks seem to be a sparky stab from Hasbro because they were expensive aftermarket prices. Ahsoka Revan, for example. But of course, Revan is new, but you know.
Yep. Did you see
Yeah.
Jason pointed out the warning logo?
Yeah. Oh, I don't. Where's my box? They're right there. Hold on one sec. It's actually going to follow me over here. Follow me over. I didn't even notice when I looked.
Yeah,
Did you
me neither.
notice?
Nope.
I didn't notice. There you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Do you think they forgot it? Because I mean the lightsabers are there's no hilts.
There's no hilt, and the blade doesn't come off, right?
The blade doesn't come off.
So there's no gun, so I don't think it warrants it.
Yeah, I guess I would have assumed someone can choke on that lightsaber, but I guess maybe it's beyond the because the mock-up had it from
Right.
Jason's photo there. The mocked up card did have it. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys are right that it's something that didn't need to be put on there because of No little bits can be swallowed here. And I'm just trying to look here to see if there's anything on the back that says anything about that, and it doesn't. So, and the other ones have the warning, right? So, yeah, good call there. But just going back to that question there, I think Lando, you and I have been in agreement with that. Maybe certain things from TVC 1.0 shouldn't be reissued or maybe done in a different way because of the collectability of the line.
Ideally, I mean, for me, the fan channel figures, if they were on a Power of the Force card or some other card.
Yeah, I know you've talked about alt cards when they can come into play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you've been beating that drum for a very long time. And I feel like that was something that was recently brought up either in a Q&A or maybe a conversation. Oh, was it with Victoria and Emily? Maybe she brought up alt card backs.
I don't remember.
And I think I want to say it was something to the effect of Emily said, that's good feedback and something we can explore, but don't.
So the Black Series gets their own line, right? The archive line gets a different look. If you're package completist for Black Series, you'd be getting both, and I don't see why. If I was TBC, and I would be doing a different package just to capitalize on the carded collectors to give them something different.
It makes so much sense to me. It's a shame that it's I don't know, such a process to get approvals, and there shouldn't be any approval process if you're using a card back that's already been done going back to the inception of 3 3/4.
Yep.
So yeah, good call. Yeah, we did release. Oh, we have not announced the giveaways yet, Rogue Killer. I know that's something we're going to be working on in the next week or two. So please be patient, and we'll get that information out there. How does Disney get around that with the Droid Factory holiday chopper Lando just showed? Oh, yeah.
Good question.
And again, I think it comes down to a couple of these factors that we've been talking about: cost, assembly, and then factories getting things mixed up. Maybe this one was how they could do it in this scale with, I don't know. It's a good question. Because at this size, it would be a really small hinged little elbow. You know what I mean? Because he would have to be a little larger, I think, to do those elbows. But yeah, it's a great question. Why is TVC not being made 14 and up or higher age demographic? The only thought I have on that, and I'd like to hear your thought too, Lando, is I think retail is more apt to your Walmarts and your Targets are more apt to buy these things when they have that larger age demographic. But
you think if they did that the Star Wars would be relegated to the action figure section or the adult action figure section at Target?
That's a good point. Yeah,
I don't know, but you've got that the NECA section with yeah. I think that would hurt sales.
Yeah, all the reaction and all the Super 7 and NECA stuff.
But now that they're doing the new 4-inch line, maybe they could still share peg space and have 14 and up for the TVC and 4 and up for the new line.
$18 repack repaints. Yeah, what was the new count? Unless that was said earlier and I missed it. Shout out from Chicago. Go Cubs. Here we go. Question for both. Having fans of TVC doing 95% of the work for Hasbro for most wanted figures and data tracking new reused tooling and always falling behind Black Series. Can we force the hand for more new tooling? Well, I mean, just to speak to the first part of it, obviously a very passionate fan base will help market stuff. But I think it always comes down to, I don't know, Lando. I don't even know how to answer this part. Do you think sales speak to that? But also, if we had equal footing, sales would be more even keel, or do you think Black Series would still be?
I think sales matter, but if they gave us new tooling, would sales meet the expectations? I'd hope they would.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you think some of the pricing of the deluxe is to try to make enough margins on this type of stuff to give us more? Is that
if the profits are put back into new tooling?
right?
I'd hope so. I mean, I would think those margins are pretty good on the deluxe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those questions of, if the price was, if the line got just as much love for new tooling and premium sculpting and articulation as the Black Series, and it would be at a higher price point because of those things, would it be as successful and garner that justification of price?
Yeah, I don't know. It came up recently where somebody mentioned the Kenner. Back in the Kenner days, the figures were the loss leaders, and the money was really, the profits were in the ships and the play sets and everything else. Having said that, it's not cheap to produce a vehicle anymore.
Right.
Can they sell 80,000 and one starfighters, Naboo starfighters or Jedi starfighters?
Right.
Again, I hope the answer would be yes. If you put out some product, if you build it, they will come.
Right. Yeah, it's, I think we're seeing, right, an uptick in more vehicles and smaller creatures, play sets like the throne room here, and obviously the Naboo start the N1. It sounds like Emily's pretty excited for next year, so maybe we're going to see more of that type of stuff, and that'll help pave the way for more budget. Because when I hear about that stuff, I also know it's going to be taking away from. It's all part of
tooling.
Yeah,
it's all the same budget. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but it's obviously an understanding that they have to budget it all together, I guess.
Yep. We just need to get them to increase their budget.
Right.
Just fix it, right?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. They would double their profits if they did Power of the Force off me and Lando alone. Gotcha.
Again, it's a gimmick, but I'm a both carded and loose collector, and the Power of the Force for me, I was I think what 10, and I was 11 when Power of the Force. I remember Power of the Force on the pegs. Nice. I voluntarily bought an Imperial Dignitary as an 11-year-old. I didn't remember him from the movie. I just thought, oh, that's another cool bad guy, like the Emperor's, another Force guy. So Power of the Force for me is nostalgia. I would spend a lot of money on Power of the Force cards.
Yeah, me too. I love that card back. Now remind me too, right? Power of the Force was kind of a marketing plan too, to kind of go against He-Man, right? Was it kind of like was it? I always think of it when I think of I don't know, the Power of Grayskull, and I think the logo for He-Man, wasn't it?
That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but that's cool to. I just thought, since there wasn't a new movie coming out, because they rebranded every movie they re-released, and they just brought all 3 movies under one logo, that it made sense. But yeah, He-Man was popular in 84, 85. So
yeah, I love that. I really hope, and you've always educated me on this. Technically, Power of the Force, even though I think the figures were stamped 84 or the card
Stamped 84, but they hit in 85.
85.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. We got to do some more more campaigning of that type of stuff, right? Because it's leading up to 2025.
Yep.
And it's what, 40th anniversary?
Yep.
Yep. All right, some more good questions here. You got time?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Our archive line should be the gaming greats line. So many popular characters appear in games like Battlefront that gets older figures out and protects the value of the original figure.
Yeah, I wish we would do publishing greats too. You know,
Publishing greats.
comics and novels. You know,
Yeah.
Splinter of the Mind's Eye is another book that rings and the member berries for me. You know, to get Luke and Leia in like a Splinter of the Mind's Eye outfit, based on the Ralph McQuarrie cover. You know.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, games too. I mean, games are popular, but I think if you had a brand that covered games, just Legends EU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, those comic packs too, right? I mean, you know, the secondary market for those is, for a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, right,
A
is
lot of them.
pretty wild. And that would almost seem like are we getting to a point where some lines that are maybe 10, 15 years old, how old is that line? Maybe a little
The comics, they went.
15-ish.
They started at 07
Oh,
and they
07,
went to
yeah.
09 or 10.
So yeah, 15, 16 years. um could that be part of TVC now as well, you know?
Yeah, I personally, I wouldn't want the comic packs again. I think, you know, I already
Yeah.
had the comic. I'd rather just have them on cards, but
If they could do something on a card for 'em, yeah.
and on the back of the card, maybe reference the source
Yeah,
in,
that's a
in the
great way.
bio.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say, these new card backs, just to speak to them. Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah,
This needs to be,
that's stupid. It's completely stupid.
yeah,
If they had the debut card on there, great. Which is what TVC 1.0 had.
right.
And if it was a debut, you've brought it up. You know, they should bring back the character debut sticker on the bubble, and then on those cards you could have the same on the back. But I think they should be referencing the original figure.
I know, just keep the expression going as good as it was in 1.0. Still crying for thicker card backs, which I think we're there, obviously, for the thicker card backs. They just need to make the boxes a little bigger so they don't crease the thicker card backs. But yeah, that should be either its debut card back and figure when it was, first came out, or, well, I think that's the really only, like, pre-Vizsla should have been the Clone Wars version of him on a clone. Sorry, on the Clone Wars, right, on the Clone Wars card back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, great thoughts there, Matt. All right, what we got here? Ahsoka hit 600 plus at one point, and they reissued. Not much else to worry about besides Mouse Droid and Salacious and Slave Leia. Is that, so probably saying, well, I mean, you got Commander Cody and all of those figures that were unpunched, right? There was Cody, Anakin, or Darth Vader, the Magna Guard, Obi-Wan, those ones as well. But yeah, it's just, I think what we're speaking to is I think 1.0 will always be collectible no matter what, right? Even though,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe
So Nikto was repacked this year, right? And so was Kadaba repacked this year?
yep, and Woof.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm putting pictures together for all the Nikto.
Oh,
and
nice.
I didn't have those loose. I'm on eBay, and I was actually grateful that I could
They ca-
buy. I bought the Nikto and Kitaba for retail, and I was expecting to have to pay more because I think their secondary value was quite a bit high
yeah.
before the re-release. So
Yeah, I think certain ones definitely just like I think the Royal Guard. I think that one pretty much.
did that go up?
I mean, I think
Or
it
it
really
came down?
brought its value
Yeah,
down. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look. I mean, again, anything probably unpunched might hold its value, but yeah, Ahsoka's not gonna. I don't think Ahsoka's a $600 or $700 figure anymore. It might be more like 400 or
maybe,
300,
maybe.
300. But um, I think again. Uh, People want to get into this line not only to enjoy Star Wars and enjoy 375 and uh, appreciate the Kenner vintage styling, but I think it brings in people who want collectability too.
Yep.
So um, VC68 was 100 up until they reissued it. Now it's $4 rally special. Again, yeah. Curious how much a nice unpunched 1.0 version can get you, but yeah, from a loose perspective or unpunched, probably not worth much at all. What do you guys think of the Paint app excuse after Hasbro released the Python Patrol Trouble Bubble, $10 cheaper than the white original? I don't know what he's referring to. Is this GI Joe?
I
Is
don't
this
know. Sounds like GI Joe, but I don't know.
Sorry, Josh. If you can explain that a little more, maybe we can get into that. Hmm. We want the kids to keep it going. Yeah. Would you guys like a VC version of the Black Series Endor Rebel Commando when they can do a true builder pack?
I want him on a card. You're talking Nick Sant, Rebel Commando Nick Sant.
I think so, right? They had a did they have
They had
that?
two heads.
Yeah. Was it were they both shown on the card though, or it was like in the backpack or something and you had to like swap it out like the Hoth Rebel Trooper?
Yeah, I think it was concealed.
Okay. Yeah.
I did get one, but it's been in the box since I got it. So,
Yeah. I wouldn't
but
mind getting one
I
of
love a
those.
Nick Sant TVC card.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you've talked about wanting to see some of that stuff in the 40th as well as some Ewoks. I know you said it
Yeah,
was
if they made Breath Up this year, that would have been probably my
would be
number
amazing.
one.
Yeah.
Figure.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one too.
They did 80 walks in the Kenner line, and we've got 5 of the 8 in TVC. But I've always wanted a 9th Ewok. Now Nisa kind of fits that, but not completely. It's I want one on a Jedi card.
Yeah, and they did 5 carded and they also did the
Oh, 4 of them
in the
2
battle
packs,
packs or the
and
two
the
packs.
catapult. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Um and Breath Up wasn't he in the pipeline at one point? But
Well,
I forget.
He was in the Blue Milk book, right? And
Yeah.
there's a picture of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of my customs. I'm gonna be setting up for 2024. Hopefully,
Cool.
I can do him justice.
Neat.
I finally got the set this year. It's a shame they don't release the droid Salacious and Slave Leia again. Well, Darth Wizzy Wizard, man, good on you to get that set. I know it's not cheap. I want to say it goes anywhere from like 1,500 to $2,000 these days.
I think over that
Over that now?
on a nice set, yeah.
On a nice set. Yeah. Um, well, Hasbro's releasing an updated Salacious on that card back. So I would imagine they're going to do the droid as well, but Leia doesn't seem like That's
Probably not.
probably not going to happen.
I mean, if the Black Series can't get an Ula, we're not getting an Ula or a Leia, right?
Right, right. Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, I think if they were going to do that, they would have done it already.
Well, yeah.
Out of the same main pot, could TVC take majority of funding over the Black Series? Maybe Black Series could take a backseat for year two. Well, again, I think they're going to look at their numbers and they're going to, obviously
They'll adjust accordingly.
just
Black
accordingly.
Series sells. That there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that collect Black Series. So
It will be interesting to see what they do with HasLab going forward, right? We've had 3 of them successful. What will the next HasLab be? Will it be Black Series? If it is Black Series, is it a figure? Is it role playing? Or are they just going to keep sticking with TVC? So,
I would strike
yeah,
while the iron's hot. The money, the people
yeah,
spending the money are TVC collectors.
yeah,
Black Series wouldn't support a $350
right,
HasLab.
right. I'm with you, man. It's going to be really interesting. Deluxe prices are a double-bladed sword. Yeah, double-edged sword. Hasbro gets the money from the stores, but then the stores won't want to carry them because they go to clearance.
Did they go to clearance?
I think some of them did, right? I think the stormtrooper with the E-web cannon made it.
Are you talking about Ross?
Yeah, I think yeah, right. That made it to
So,
Ross,
so who
right?
who explained that? I watched a video. Was it Tim? Where the inventory they buy a warehouse. So if
Yeah,
Walmart's distribution sucks, Ross comes in and buys a warehouse of product. And I think the
yeah,
TBC figures just hadn't made it to Walmart retail yet. I don't think it was a
yeah.
situation where they didn't sell. They were at retail. They sent them back, and then they sent them to Ross.
It seems like Walmart stuff makes it to these stores more often than not, right? Because that one I think was a Walmart deluxe,
There's
correct?
some ARC troopers that showed up too, right? And those were Walmart. They showed up at
Oh,
Ross.
oh, did they? Some of the
Yeah,
ARC trooper.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh,
Blitz or somebody posted.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it seems like their distribution channels. I never saw any of that stuff at store. Um,
Me neither. I never saw the Clone Wars figures from a year or two ago. The 6 Tartakovsky
right,
figures.
right. I never did. I never did either. The Tartarovsky. Um, yeah, so it seems like a lot of their stuff seems to make it to these discount stores, um, where I think other stores seem to just clearance them out themselves, like Paz Vizsla's 13, whatever at Target right now. Um,
Mm.
so I, it's a weird thing, but it seems like a lot of that stuff goes there. It'll be interesting if they maybe change the look, right? So they've announced with the Black Series that they're going back to window packaging and
If they put a blister on those deluxe, they would sell more. They would sell twice.
yeah,
One, you can actually see the figure, and you're getting that figure. Two,
yeah,
you can look at the paint apps and stuff like that.
yeah,
But the bubble, even if it's a larger blister on the same card, because the deluxe figures have the same dimensions, right?
right,
Yeah, I think that would be better.
absolutely,
Maybe at a $25 price point instead of the 28 or whatever.
right, yeah, and just make sure it's truly deluxe, right? Like
Correct.
everyone talking about Django is if he came with his poncho, the additional rocket
Yep.
pack, maybe a headset and whatever else.
You know, the
Yeah.
Target Boba Fett's this year, they were over retail, but they were on a bubble. But they were 20 or 21?
I think $21.99 or yeah.
22, yeah. So I'm okay paying more, but to put it in the box and charge even a few dollars more than they should, in my opinion, they should.
Yeah.
I think they'd sell more if they brought it down a couple dollars.
Absolutely. It seems like a lot of different lines suffered from that, right? I think they had a was it Dungeons and Dragons line
Yeah,
that was boxed, and they had a bunch of Marvel stuff
Marvel. Yep.
in boxes. So, and people were finding those as well. Um, and the one thing too that was interesting was there was a lot of retro collection that also made it to those. What is your opinion on that, Landon?
On retro,
Yeah, why are certain waves? Is it the media? Is it the choice of figures? Because I think a lot of it that just made it was the Kenobi and was it
and
also some of the
The
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian wave. Yeah.
Yeah,
I picked up an armor today at Ross, but I didn't know it's hitting hard at Ollie's, that wave.
I need to
I had
go.
no idea. Is the production run of the Mando wave double of what the prior wave? I don't know, or is the demand not there?
Yeah, could be a
I don't
combination
know.
of the two, right? It does seem like in general production is up across the board, right? Maybe they seem slow to react to changes in demand, right? Because obviously during COVID, there was a lot of spending, a lot of purchasing, um, and is it they're meeting certain quantities to get cut
The
price
price point.
breaks, price points at the manufacturer, and you know I think it does get to a point where they have to do a buyback if a certain amount of a product isn't sold at Walmart or Target or whatever. So, um, yeah, interesting. I do want to buy some of the. I do want the retro collection chopper. I don't really collect them. I did collect a couple of the Return of the Jedi ones. I would like to go back and get Yak Face and Mon Mothma and some of those.
I love, if retro did, debut OT figures.
Yeah,
That's where I think they should be. To get a Sand Trooper, a Rebel Fleet Trooper, figures
yeah,
that would have continued. The Mon Mothma is great. Tarkin's great.
yeah.
Um,
Get this cool alien, and I know you're a big fan.
yeah,
This one
yeah.
would be awesome in retro.
That would upset me if that came in retro first, but I would love
Yeah,
it. But yeah, I mean, Shasa or
there.
Gorindin, long snoot, and yeah, just that's awesome. I love that one. I've got mine somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be a cool pack with like Yachts Orin, Sasha Teal, the blue skirt Weequay, that, and Barada. That would be an awesome four
yeah,
pack, I think.
yeah. I'm just looking through some of the questions here. The same as the front. Yeah. Let me scroll on down here. Hey Chad. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be getting that figure, and seems like a pretty simple figure too. It's not a very complex sculpting
Yep. It's
of a
frustrating
figure.
though that Black Series has it, Retro has it, and
Yeah.
you don't.
Yep. Put them in the back. My opinion is that retro wave should be vintage equivalent, repops, and continuation of stylized figures, not new media. The Tarkin was amazing, as was the Snowspeeder Luke. Yeah. Yeah. All right, good stuff. Well, awesome, man.
You got something? You got something you want to open?
Yeah, let's open this. Do you want to hang out?
I can if you want me to. Or I can
I'd
go.
love for you to hang out. I don't want to
Okay.
bore you. Um, I'm gonna make sure my okay, good. I'm gonna just reposition myself, and I'd love to as we open this. I'd love to hear about some of the stuff that you have um, that either goes with this set or that you want to add. It's terrible. I still need a modern Max Rebo.
Oh,
I don't
really?
have I don't have any of them. I have a few of the bandmates somewhere in a box.
Yep.
Um, but I don't think I ever had the set from Power of the Force 2
It's a.
or
I think he's a pretty cheap pickup. He was offered a couple times.
yeah, I think the Power of the Force 2 one is still pretty cheap, but the one with little better paint apps from what the 30th anniversary
Yeah.
repaint is those are expensive.
Okay.
But yeah, let me resituate myself here. Just give me a second, guys. Um, but yeah, I definitely have quite a few. And I have this one right here. I haven't
Yeah, that's a
opened.
great set. Yep.
Great set. Paid a little more than I wanted for that. But these are things you're like, man, why didn't I buy those years ago? Just moving myself over here, guys. Just give me a second. All right. Okay. Just gonna now talk to us while I'm setting this up about some of the other Return of the Jedi figures you would have loved to seen this year.
Well, I'll echo what everybody else has said. Rebel Commandos would have been nice. The Ewoks would have been great. Shasha Teal Ishi Tib. I would have loved her.
Fozek,
Barada,
Barada.
Fozak. I'm hoping we get Fozak and Weeba and Nick.
Oh yeah, Nizuk Beck.
Nizak Beck. Yeah. I
Yeah.
hope we get them down the road. Tooling.
Yep.
The blue skirt Weegway. I wish we'd have him already. We've got a window for him in the barge.
Yep. All right. So you hope this is coming out okay here.
I hope your Jabba's not sticky.
Oh, I know. We're gonna open that and see. Actually, you know what? I need to zoom out here a little bit.
I opened mine like a year ago,
Oh yeah.
and I've got him here.
And the one that came out in the Black series, I think, had the same issues, and I have that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yep.
the top is fine. The top half, it's the torso, the body that it's sticky.
Yep. And I pulled out. I'm just gonna move Fat Bib here. Hey, Jabba. Hey, Boba. I think that is that his belly peeking through. Oh no, that's part of his. I just love this figure, man. The
That's
photo
cool.
reel, the photo reel is just it is. It's probably blurry, but it's really amazing. I think people forget about that advancement. People talk about rocker ankles and hinged wrists and the barbell hips, but this photo reel is just getting better and better. All right.
Do you have an Ula, like a Power of the Force 2 Ula?
Not up here. It's definitely in my basement, unfortunately. I do have my there's my back of my head. Um, I do have my John Evergrey custom.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if her head's getting a little dark, but absolutely amazing head sculpt from John Evergrey. So I have this one here, and I paid a decent amount of money for the figure, obviously, a few years back. And then I got this set as a pretty good deal. So let's get a knife out and let's open her up. And hey, if you see any questions in the chat,
Oh,
Lando,
how do I do that?
do you see the comments on the? Oh, because you're on the mobile, right?
Yep.
Um, yeah, I
Forward.
don't know if you have your computer or if you can just click on comments. You might be able to see them. But oh, look at that here. We'll put that one up there. Hole in the Ground is selling a bottom half for that. I want a list of all of these great customizers. There's like Syndicate Customs. Um,
Yeah, I did see the bottom torso from Hole in the Ground. It's tempting. I do
oh,
have Hole in the Ground products.
yeah. I don't know if I have anything from them. All right,
I've
here we
got
go.
yeah.
Boom. What do you got for them?
Oh no, I bought their ball speeder,
Oh, that's right.
and then
Is
I
that
got
is is that Izzy? Is Izzy part of Hole in the Ground?
no, and I've got this beast too.
Oh, so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the top comes off. Yeah,
Oh man.
you can get a.
I wonder if they're still selling some of this stuff.
He does.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at Jabba right now. I see some sweat.
Uh-oh.
All right. We'll get Ula out of there. Maybe we'll leave Ula in here for now since I have her. Ula. Um, I think one of the things I'm most excited about with this set is all of the accessories. Um, Now, talk to me real quick too, Lando. Do you think it would have been a better strategy to sell the Jabba creature set that's coming this year alongside the book of the Book of Boba Fett throne room is what it is, but then sell the Kenner inspired Jabba and his Diaz.
Yeah, it would have been
Next.
nice if they both came out at the same time. Um, that said, I could wait a year. I've got all the other Jabbas, so I've thrown a Jabba on there, but not everybody does. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
opened
know.
that for the pillows. The pillows
That's what I
in
can't
there,
wait for.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are different. Those are different than what came with the throne room.
Yep. Yeah, and overall, I was pretty impressed with the. And this looks like the old one that came with the
The saga.
Saga. Yeah, it was Saga. Yep. And there's the Salacious who's been released many times. Um, right, he's been released with 3PO.
Yep.
And then obviously in the Vintage Collection. I'm trying to think any other times. Paint apps look really good.
Yep.
And then the hookah. They're still selling hookahs. There's still hope for hookahs.
I hope the new Chrome that comes out with 88 has knees, like articulated knees. I'm doubtful, but it would
Yeah.
it would be nice if we had one that could stand. Like stand upright.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what happens with that because they said it hadn't been finalized yet, right?
Right.
So I think they were still exploring what options they had. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see, but he looks. Ooh, you can kind of see on his belly there. He looks pretty sweaty, and I'm gonna touch him right now. Oh God.
Sticky.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave. People were talking online, Dick Myrtle and some other folks about how what were they saying? We'll clean them off with some Goo Gone or some sort, right? Or
I
some
think
dish soap.
I think it comes back though.
And then it comes back. It's just going to keep bleaching. It's just a bad plastic. I think that's where I was going with it. Some people say you put some talcum powder on them or something. I don't know what they were saying, but I don't think. And my Black Series one is just a little bit sticky. And I just leave him. I don't do anything with him. So I'm just trying to. There we go. So I got the hookah arm here. And then we got the other set of pillows. I always wanted the sideshow Jabba.
Yeah.
that
Chad, yeah, Chad mentioned in the comments that the DS doesn't fit, and I agree. I tried the DS.
Yep.
It won't slide under, or maybe it's too wide. I think it's too wide.
It won't. Yeah, it's too wide, right? And we can always put him on this other one here. Of course, gotta.
Yeah, I think you got to put him on the other one and set the hookah up, the railing up.
Yeah, we'll do this just to show people. Just gonna cheat here instead of untying these. There we go. And it's the same concept, right? This one has wheels, kind of like the new one. Yeah. So they're probably they almost felt like metal, but they're not. Or are they? Huh. Almost feel like metal. Yeah, not great paint apps on these. I will say the ones on the Boba Fett one look pretty nice. And I know you have some stuff from Regal Robot.
Regal Robot. I don't.
You don't have anything? I thought you did.
No, I love their products. They're expensive.
Maybe it's Corey that has a couple of the signs.
Yeah, Corey does.
But they sell these. They sell a door knocker for your house, magnet. Right? Yep. And a magnet. I have Luke's Tauntaun, the magnet, but I'd love to collect more of those. But they do like a door knocker for your house and everything, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, it's just, I don't know if I can show this. It's just too wide. Like it barely,
right.
It just doesn't fit. So you have to put it like in front, or it's going to be like, tilted a bit. So
if you put something under it, you could lift it a little bit, maybe.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Kind of have it like, I have a couple things over there. Oh, here we go.
Middle Age put a comment up.
Yeah, I put that up.
Yeah, I don't. So I don't have the San Diego Death Star, the Comic-Con Death Star. I have Crumb and Mouse Droid, and I have a Vader. And I think that's all I have, but I don't have the actual cardboard or the rest of the figures. But yeah, I think I've got everything else.
Yeah, I have that set, and it came crushed, unfortunately, and damaged.
Oh, that sucks.
I somehow was able to keep it and get my money back from the seller on eBay. But I just pulled the figures out, and I have the box. I'd like to display it on the wall, just like the outside of the box, even though it's a bit creased up. All right, so you can see these two side. Well,
Yep.
and what's interesting is the deco on this. There's so much more deco on this than there is on the rest of the set, right? You can see it here. And that's probably like my only complaint about this set. Like, I'm not going to get into the price or anything else, but like a little more paint deco, I think, would have went a long way. So I'm not sure how you feel about that.
No,
but,
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. It is really great on the dais, and again, everything else, the way they designed it and the shadowing that you can have coming through the grates is all great. And it'd be great if they can just add to this, right? Some alcoves and
Yeah.
a flooring of some
Yeah.
sort with some grates there.
Do you have any of these?
I just ordered them, the candle lights.
Yeah, if you put that under the spit, it'll light it up.
Awesome. I just they're coming tomorrow. So good call. Look at that. Oh, you can put it right under it. Okay.
Yeah, I put it right under.
Cool. And yeah, and everything else will kind of block it, right? Or at least when you put Jabba up there.
You can put a figure or an accessory.
Yeah.
You could stick a vase or something in front of it.
Let me lower this a little bit. Yeah, I saw some customizers. They're also just taking I think the LED out and taping, like sticking it somehow with the battery, either behind it or under the. Oh, I got the glasses on it. One problem I've had, and I'd like to know if you guys had this problem, but this little stupid this I can't get one of the glasses to stay in. I don't know if you've tried this or anyone's tried this, but I put them in. Watch, it'll probably stay now. Look at that, it's staying now, of course. But like they just kept popping out, and I was like, why do you keep popping out? Look at that, it's staying now. Huh? Maybe it was the temperature or something. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I think what they're doing is like either taping it underneath, and then putting the light like under it.
Yep.
So maybe try that if you care enough. If it's not in the way when you do that, then who cares, right?
Right. I just put a vase or something in front of it.
Okay. Yeah, this is really cool. I mean, come on. And I know there was a lot of customs out there, right? There was some printable stuff.
Hole in the ground does that too.
They had that too. And it's cool how even just the flame snaps in on the sides. It's just, I thought they thought this out pretty well. And then there's a bunch of other stuff, right? There's a bunch of stuff that Luke is it Massasai? He's got that whole set online. He's part of the Facebook group, but he has a printable whole Jabba's, like the entire scene that you can print. And he has all of the little, more of these, what do you call it? Tables and like the ones that go next to the carbonite.
Yep.
Like
a little table.
Little tables with the green glasses.
The pillows.
Print that all out. Shout out to Chad. He printed out a lot of that for me. I also have the decanter or the vase that Nizuk Beck holds.
Hmm.
I forget where it is. I think it's in a box over there. But like all of that stuff is in that scene when Leia Bouche goes to um, unfreeze Han. But
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff is available, and it's like, man, Hasbro, it would be so great if when this was coming out with his throne, his dais and all his stuff, if they could have added some of that stuff, or again, if an alcove comes out, they can put all that stuff with it. Um, so let me open up this bag here. I think, was there just one bag of stuff?
I think so, with all the
Yeah.
pillows.
Yeah. So let's open that.
Somebody's commenting on my Han in the background.
Yes.
Braddock. Yeah. So hopefully a year from now, this room will be nice, and I'll have display, and I'll show it off. I've got to sell some stuff first, but that Han and Carbonite behind me, it's 70 pounds. It's a life size Han and Carbonite from Elusive Concepts I got 20 years ago.
Wow. Elusive Concepts.
Yep.
Very cool.
That's gonna be a coffee table when I'm done.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Just putting all these little pillows. I have to, I guess, see some of the scene. See exactly. I know Mr. Salacious hangs out. There's even a tiny little.
Do you have Legacy Collection Leia, that with the torso, with the
I
legs?
do, but I never opened her. She's over
Okay.
there.
Okay.
It's hard to open. Should I open it right now?
Hey, do it.
Let's be reckless. I like being reckless. I'm just putting all these here. I do have. I do want to share my Evo, our good buddy Evo. His so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pillows
Yep.
and a little blanket here that goes on, and then I'm sure we can. Yeah, can't wait for that new Salacious once he comes. But and shout out to Chad Peak. I know he did a Salacious for me that is, again, with all my other customs, he did a really nice sculpt of one. Let me grab my. So again, some of these customizers, they're absolutely amazing. Evo took. I'm going to try to see if I can get this. There we go. He took Bespin Escape Leia, and I think he based this one off of what's the customizer's name? I can't think right now. Our Spanish friend. Is it Santos? I forget. Anyways, he did a pretty amazing custom with this, but they took the Bespin Escape Leia, took off the headpiece from the Legacy Collection or TVC one, and then added some sculpting for her like sideburn. He put real earrings. Those are real copper earrings.
Wow. Cool.
I mean, it's just, again, absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like painted over her, and he also works with jewelry. He makes jewelry. Put a real metal chain on her,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then he put some wire in her outfit, her
Nice.
robes here. So again, it'd be absolutely amazing if Hasbro could update her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as much as people would love the barbell hips, just the head sculpt, an updated head sculpt would go a long way. And they have a head they can use. Come on, focus. There we go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, shout out to Evo. She can't really lay as good, but we'll put her right there. I look forward to doing some. I've got a bunch of barge shots I want to do with her and Luke and Tam Drangarin and all these guys. And again, this is just the barge Jabba. And we'll probably we'll be getting the same one, which again is the one from. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is this one from 2010 with better paint apps and obviously a better rubber plastic.
Right.
Yeah, a bit better paint apps and better eye paint apps. Some more slime and see if I can. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit here. It might not focus, but yeah. So we're gonna get him again, and hopefully no issues with that. Oh, I gotta put his hookah up here. Yeah, see that? You gotta pull it out a bit. They're gonna have to give us the same dais.
I would assume, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how this goes in here. There we go. Is it like that? And then, or was it, help me out here. Yeah, I went this way, right? Did it go this way?
I can't see that. You got to move your camera.
Sorry. It goes this way, right?
No, it goes the other way.
Have to take it apart. It does go this way. Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry. I forgot how zoomed in I am. So it goes like this?
Yep.
Forgetting. I think I'm going to break this. But anyway. There. And the one I have, is it from the Saga line? Had the frogs?
Did that one?
The one where he has like the drool and the tongue, the swappable tongue.
Yeah, the deluxe Saga. Yeah.
Yeah, and it had the frog or whatever you can put inside. And it was like removable. That's what I'm thinking of.
Is that where this is from?
I think that's him.
Okay.
Could be. I can let you know. It looks like it.
All right.
You guys didn't hold out for the TV, the 2024 release of Jabba. Nice. Yeah, I think we were talking about it. Like look, I know as much as I probably could have got a couple $100 for this set. I want the accessories from it.
Well, that Ula too. I mean, I know you have one, but
it's good to have an extra.
They're never gonna bring her back out.
Yep, exactly. I forgot about her. And then we have again.
Yep.
This updated. Come on.
I found one of those at a comic shop.
That is so awesome. What'd you get for her? Or what'd you pay for?
Couple bucks.
That's amazing.
I gotta find some. Go to Joann's or something.
Right. Man, it was cool when I went to Joann Fabrics to make Blue Skirt Weekway, and I'm talking to this woman there, and she reached out her arm to look at my phone and the photos I had, and she had Star Wars tattoos.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I think I've come to the right person.
It's another one I just picked up.
Oh wow. I didn't realize he had like a sword going through him.
He cuts off Vader's hand, and this is in a comic. He cuts off Vader's arm, and then Vader uses the Force, picks up the sword, and stabs him.
And that's a pretty expensive figure on the secondary market, isn't it?
I forgot what I paid, but it's cool because holds in the chest.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I didn't know that. Well, cool. I'm glad I was able to set that up. Yeah, I mean, it fits on this dais. It fits. Yeah, you can even use that body to make just another character. I think people are going to be trying to leverage that to make is it a Ewok celebration or Ewok gown, Leia?
Yeah, we need one. What is it, buddy? Kenny? What's up?
I'm gonna turn myself around here.
What's up?
Kenny.
Nobody called me. Door. Yeah, I actually got to be going here in a minute.
All right. Well, we'll let me just turn myself around here and we'll say goodbye. Yeah, we've spent a lot longer than I thought, which is good. But... Right, just gonna turn myself around here. All right, that went a little better than I thought it would. All right, there you go. Follow me. Follow me. Maybe don't follow me.
It was good chatting with you.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for coming on. Coming down here. There we go. Last minute joining us. Always a pleasure to talk to you, get your thoughts, talk about your collection, ideas you have for the line. Don't die. You're fine.
Tickle.
All right. Well, hey, thank you to everybody for taking some time out of your Saturday to hang out with us, chat Star Wars. Lando, thank you again for being on. Again, all of you that stuck with us for the hour and a half we were on. I hope you guys all have a safe and happy new year and a solid 2024. A solid 24 full of, things you're striving to do, whether it is personally, professionally, for your collection, and health to all of you and your family. So again, thank you guys for hanging out. Have a great one. All right, we'll see you next time.